get it together, right?
The champ is here!
We will definitely not shut up and dribble.
The champ is here! I must be the greatest! The champ is here!
I'm going to continue to stand with the people.
The champ is here!
I will not lose.
Come on, man! I took up the world!
Yes. Welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with we. My name is EJ, and I got my man.
MH.
Yes, he's the DB of the show, and we are Black in Sports, giving a voice to the culture that won't shut up and dribble. Here, giving you the topics in and around the game. So today we're going to bring you back into the locker room. MH, you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, man. So today, man, inside the locker room, we're going to give you our draft recap. Okay, it's done like no other. This is from our perspective, man. So just to start off, seeing a little bit of a change from last year, right? Cleveland, Ohio had 50,000 fans in attendance in person, and that was just at the actual draft site, but probably more in the city. One of the big things about having the draft in the city is that it gives a chance for you to put your city on, shine for your city. So Cleveland, they had a chance to do that, man. So how I wanted to start off, Miles, unless you had a different direction, was just give me your initial reaction of the 2021 NFL draft.
It's funny that you say shine because it didn't look like there was too much sunshine that Thursday and Friday to start off. Baby girl,
rough.
Yeah, do you remember who the National Anthem lady was?
I didn't even, man.
But for one, I don't remember a National Anthem at any draft, but that's discussion for another day. I thought that was the new. But anyway,
but hey,
it's America, Jack.
So correct. But she set the tone for what I guess the setting was in Cleveland because she had a nice glitter, sparkling dress, but she wore her NFL issue
apparel
sports jacket, just over it. Didn't even take it off for the anthem. I was like, okay, it's cold.
Somebody they did that free gear. Well, Sam was down there. Sam he was kind of end of last season. We interviewed Sam with the RJ. He was actually down there reporting and covering for the Las Vegas, and probably prepping all that stuff. And they had the stage set up out on the overbank right by the field. So it's right off the water. So however cold it was, it just added that extra chill because it was right off of Lake Erie.
I'm talking baby girl, and I probably shouldn't call baby girl. She older than me, but she had a coat on, the issue coat.
fully on.
Yeah. Right? And then they had that reverse camera angle, right? Where it was behind her, and you could see out in the crowd when she was singing the national anthem. Okay. But all you can see is gray and clouds. They stopped showing that angle. That was the last time I saw that angle.
Last time that was it. It's like, don't show that. What was that? Don't shoot that little shit no more.
Control, Alt, Delete. Control.
Always,
right? Yeah. They got that out of there.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Other initial reactions for you, man?
I guess the setting was refreshing to see the prospects get their hats and come on stage.
Better hats this year. Well, at least they switched it up. I think it was different. A different look, right? You're not feeling it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about the better. I mean, I like the trucker style, but
it was a little big enough that it looked like a whole billboard right there.
It had a little Sinclair gas station feel to it, to be honest.
Super
front. But it was refreshing to see the prospects walk to the stage. There wasn't too much hugging. There was a little bit of COVID restrict. There wasn't a little, all the super gaps. Yeah, it wasn't as aggressive as it's been in the past, right. I should say. But it was refreshing to see that. I liked in the back where they show you part of the green room where everybody had their individual office space, like the Sims, the little video.
Right?
Yeah, I did like that. I thought that was kind of unique. And then obviously some of the prospects were home, and we'll talk about the connectivity of some platform that they were using, but I'm not going to mention any platform. So yeah, all in all, I thought it was good. What was your thoughts? What's your initial thoughts?
So
you're a Midwest guy.
So I didn't see much of it. So I was down there for the draft or whatever, right? And it was more of killing two birds with one stone, being down there representing Black in sports, of course. But I'm from the Midwest, so I got to see some of my family. So, we all were able to link up and we spent time. So I was running around late to everything. So I didn't get there and I didn't care about the first pick because everybody knew who the first pick was going to be.
Yeah, it took 25 minutes to announce it, something that we all knew. But
right? They was wasting valuable time. Or they must have had to, they had to fill them sponsor slots, right? To make sure they had content on the TV. For me, it's definitely different, right? To watch that because before all eyes were glued because we couldn't go no damn where, right? Last year, you had to sit your butt down and watch the draft. So, no, definitely loved the combination of mix of who came there. I was going to go into funny moments, but one of the things, I don't know how I felt about that dusty ass chair. I
didn't get the concept until after when they figured it. I guess it was like the Goodell's chair from wherever he was stationed last year. So it was kind of that.
Correct. And to me, it was funny because they attempted to how they distress jeans. It looked like they attempted to distress the chair it really gets used. And I'm like,
I just thought, I did thought it was awkward because he would come lean over and say something, and they would half get up, but not. I don't know.
It was a lot. And then I was wondering, COVID restrictions, were they wiping down the chair after everybody was getting on it? I don't think I really even liked that part because it was just kind of confusing. They had the one lady, I think it was from the Panthers or whoever it was, she ran up on stage The Price is Right. And you just sit there. I thought she was going to make the picks. That part didn't gel for me. The other part, man, is the bullshit, right? I just don't feel that that's authentic. Where he comes and oh, boo me, ooh.
Come on.
You can do better than that. Get the that part, man, that's just a little much for me.
That's kind of the tradition. And then, in Cleveland, we didn't know if they were really barking or booing anyway. They might have been doing the same thing. So
one thing that I thought was a super, super miss, to start off the draft. And, they brought up the legends or the good, not the good people, but just relevant people, right? So they had Juice, Kozar, what was the tackle's name? Just to start the draft.
Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas, yep.
Mm-hmm.
They should have had your boy Vontae Mack represented on the stage.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So for you guys that don't know that reference, Cleveland had that famous movie Draft Day, and there was no kind of semblance. Can we get a Kevin Costner look-alike on the stage where he just said, "I'm gonna do what's right"?
Well, I mean, in respect to the draft, the unrealistic part of the movie, they made 29,000 trades before 2 picks, so that was unrealistic. But they did a lot more kind of activity in this trade. I feel, or in this draft, as far as trading up, trading down. So that part they shot out the movie, The Draft. And back to the movie, it's funny because you know how actors get into their character and their roles, right?
Yeah.
So as he was into his character, Chadwick was, but he didn't lift no weights. That's the smallest. Bro, he had to be.
It was a
linebacker, right? Yeah, all of 5'8", 135 pounds. Top 10 draft choice. Yeah, okay. With them big ass pads he had on, man.
But it was just funny. I just thought because it did. I think you did. They did mention it once, and just I didn't see more of it. And it's just something that popped up. I want to bring that up, man. So yeah, rest in peace, Chadwick. All right, so historical or the big thing, and I want to talk about this so we can get over it because that's all they talked about. But 5 quarterbacks in the draft, right?
Oh, the first round,
right?
Potentially, yeah,
potential, whatever. Were you surprised at all with where it went, or just anyway?
Yeah, I was surprised. I think everybody was kind of surprised with Trey Lance being number 3.
I wasn't.
Really?
I wasn't.
Why?
I wasn't surprised that it wasn't Mack. I just didn't believe that. I didn't see that. I didn't believe that. They were selling that wolf ticket. They was pushing it. I just didn't think, like, why would you get a younger version of something that you already have?
Right. Oh, so you think Mac Jones is or Jimmy G? Same type of thing.
Same. Like, it's like saying like, yo, let me get a half a dozen or let me get 6 eggs, right?
Yeah.
You got the same damn thing. The other part was, and it's so funny that it kind of proved my point because Belichick picked him up and Belichick loves Jimmy G. So it was like, I didn't think they would get the same for same. I didn't think it'd be Trey though. I definitely didn't. I thought it would be either one of them, but I just thought it would be Justin, versus Trey.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be Justin Fields, but I thought it was going to be Mac Jones. I fell for the okie doke.
You got him.
I definitely fell for the okie doke, but no, that didn't surprise me. I liked how Mac Jones walked to the stage. He walked to the stage like I think he must have practiced that. Like, I'm gonna walk to the stage, like get my hat like a CEO, because he had a trot.
Yeah, it was something. And so the funniest, because of course I was like a funny moment, right? The funniest thing, internet still undefeated. They had a side by side of him and Belichick walking, and the walk is so fucking similar.
That one he's walking through, Belichick walking through the tunnel.
What was it? The Lions game.
The Lions, yeah. That's funny.
So they had that, and it was like, oh, now we see why he picked them. So that's But his walk was progressive.
Do you remember? I think it was a Play 60 commercial right? Back in the day. It was Cam Newton and a little white dude just loosening my arm. Somebody said, "This is Mac Jones growing up." Mac Jones is their little kid fully grown up.
Oh no, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. They should do like then and now commercial with that. That'd be so hilarious.
Yeah.
And
shout out, Cam.
Hey, be your mom's favorite player.
Yeah.
Whoa, right? That's a little deep there.
Shout out to Cam.
Other phony moments, man. Anything? Oh, first off, man, let's it's Cinco de Mayo that we're recording on. So cheers to you, man. You know what I mean?
Golly.
Some water.
You done had about 3 different ones.
Let me count
honestly, about 4 different brands.
Don't let me count my beverages over here. And shout out to El Jefe, the Boss brand tequila. I drink it. And they pay me for it. No. What? So give me another funny moment, man. A thing that stuck out to you.
Something that stuck out to me. Let me think. I'm sorry about that, little mama.
That's life. That's life, man. Like, did you see when because they had it on the TV when the Arizona was calling the cat, and he was like, "What, you got dogs back there?" He's like, y'all need to keep it down. I ain't picked you yet. I was like, oh, that's raw.
So the back, I guess Jalen Waddle kind of walking out of it. So it looked like he didn't hug nobody, but he did hit his hugs before the camera got to him.
That's what he said allegedly.
No, they showed some hugs. I don't know if it was before or after. Yeah, but the way he got up,
bro, yo, he's like, we out.
Yeah.
What does it say? If I gotta go, it's somebody. He was that person, man.
Yeah, ain't none of y'all getting nothing.
No flights, no ticket.
Don't ask me for nothing.
Don't ask me nothing. I'm in Miami. No, that was definitely a funny moment. I'm trying to see where I want to jump next. Let's jump to grades because I hate this part of it. Okay. Thank you. Your face is exactly how I feel about it as well. But I'm just going to see if you think anyone did well, and I'll be biased. But
I'm not going to be biased.
Okay. Who did you think had the best draft overall?
Oddly enough, and I'm not really a fan of this team, but I thought Minnesota did a decent job. I really like the linebacker that they got from North Carolina. And then they got a Kellen Mond, who I think is going to be okay, the quarterback from Texas A&M. They got him later, and I've never been really impressed by Kirk Cousins. So I think they did some. I think they did some things solid in the draft. I'm not biased, but I think the Cowboys.
Here we go.
They did all right. I mean, the trade back and then to get probably the best linebacker in the draft from Penn State.
The best that was left.
No. It was the best linebacker in the draft.
You think he's better than Quiddy?
Yeah. No, he's the best linebacker in the draft. I don't know why his name is leaving my head, but to get him in the first round, I think it was great. I think they did a good, and they addressed, the side of the ball that they really needed some assistance with.
Right.
So I think it's good. I think they did a good job.
I'm proud of Jerry, right? Like, I mean, only thing that really helped him is old boy wasn't available, the tight end from Florida. Or that helped him stay on course to getting something that was relative and what need was given, because you guys linebacker just retired. Lee. And you guys
he was overdue. He was overdue to retire. But
need some help there.
I think when the Broncos selected Surtain, and then the Carolina Panthers selected the best corner. He's going to be the best corner in this draft class. I already said he was the best. J.C. Horn from South Carolina. Mm-hmm. So when the Panthers took that from the Cowboys, so they took their corner options. The Cowboys did some prudent kind of responsibilities. They traded back. Right. They got a good player. So I think they did a good job.
Nice. So as far as your division, you definitely won. I mean, like looking at, they broke it up, been watching recaps, and just, even though I don't like it, but that's all they talk about right after the draft is like who did what and where they graded. So yeah, you guys was graded, but of course Swagoo was pumping you guys as a former Cowboy. But no, in your division definitely had the best draft in your division. So what you got? Go ahead.
No, I'm just like it's kind of hard to tell because nobody has seen these dudes even in NFL pads, so you can't really determine a draft grade right now.
Right. Right.
So
especially it's not going to do it, right? So you look at the Jags; they've been having first round picks, so this is a thing. It was talking when we were doing like research. It was just talking about how the Jags have had, like, in their last 30 picks, the last 20 of their picks have been first in the first 10 picks, and they're still trash. And they've been doing that, and they're still trash. So I mean, they're hoping for a whole turnaround. I mean, they got the number 1 pick. They got Sunshine. He's supposed to be, the great one, right? The great white hype. So we'll see if they turn it around. And they're bringing baby football Jesus in to play tight end. So
yeah, I heard he's tried out. Yeah.
I mean, old coach, right? I mean, they have that pass from the Florida urban coach.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he could. I mean, there's special teams. He can run on kickoff and be the personal protector on punt. So that's good. There's some slots.
Right.
Micah Parsons is his name, the Cowboys' first round draft choice. Why? I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
It's probably nothing to even hold down anyway.
Okay.
He could be the next Taysom Hill.
Who's this?
What's his name? Tebow. He could be the pocket knife or whatever the hell you call the utility guy for him. All right, man. So anyway, fan nations, they selected the top draft, and we'll just give you what their opinion is and move on. So they did the top 5. Titans, they said, was the best. They had 7 picks. Panthers was 4th, which I think is definitely because of the DB they got, right? Definitely moved them up. And hell, they had 11 picks. So with 11 picks,
yeah, you got to get some stuff right. They got a nice little running back from Oklahoma State too, Hubbard too. I liked him.
Right. Coming in 3rd was the Pittsburgh Steelers. The hat's on backwards, so I don't do all that. But the Pittsburgh Steelers in 3rd. The running back was definitely
cold.
Very
cold. Number 1 draft. Hey, fantasy.
So
I like Najee. That's a good pick. That's a good fit too. That just fits their culture and what they've been needing.
What we need, like something that's going to be like an every down back, and then have some ancillary around him. Because we always do well, like with picking wide receivers and the whole line prospect. So they did pretty good, but again, they had 9 picks because we didn't have a first round pick last year for what we trade for.
Micah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Number 2 was the Bears. Kind of quick recap of the Bears is just, I mean, Justin set it off like you can't. So my brother is a Bears fan. Yes, the one with the hard ER. He's a Bears fan, and he lost his mind.
He was geeked.
Oh, he was so geeked.
I did too. I just didn't. I don't know too many black quarterbacks that have been in the Bears history, so that's what surprised me. I've never seen that before with that organization.
And we talked about that when we did the show. We did the Cam, I don't know if it was a Cam show, but we were talking about like where he could go or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we were like, Bears would work. Does it make sense? But nah, they ain't pulling that trigger. They ain't pulling that trigger on that one.
Well, shout out. It's good situation for him.
No, it's really good. And with was it Nagy, right? His offensive mind, that's what he was really kind of claiming as when he first came in the league. So hopefully he can do something with him. But and my homegirl Paige Dominguez from the Draft Network, like it just they really hyped about that. And then number one was the Lions.
Hey man, they got a dude at their first round draft choice.
And that's why I'm wondering if that's how they measure him. Because like when I look at some of these, I'm like, when you look at the Panthers, they had 11 picks. You're like, well, damn, of course they should be high. But some of the other ones, their first round draft pick was just so monumental, or just so top notch. When you look at what was left in this draft, right? This draft wasn't deep in a lot of positions. The only position that was really deep was the quarterbacks, right? And we still don't know how they're going. We don't know how they're going to turn out, right? There's a lot of speculation still about that.
Yeah, I mean the way they were in the war room, the way they were chest button, I was like, did they draft Barry Sanders again? Like,
right? Did they get him off of waivers?
Who this is? They just happy about, but it fits their. When it comes to like these draft grades, I feel like if the analysts like the coach and they have a certain feeling about the coach, so like Dan Campbell, he's gonna get a lot of love because it seems like to like him. And his toughness thing, and Matt Rule, the coach of the Panthers, he gets a lot of love, so they always want to get high draft grades. So I don't know. I think there's something of that goes into it.
Definitely too. Bias, like regional and relationship bias. It definitely has to be some bias in that. But all right, enough grades, man. Let's keep it pushing, keep it moving. You are a resident fashion expert, okay? Who did you have for best dressed?
Easily would be Devontae Smith.
Easily?
To me, it'd be easily.
Give me his rundown of what he had on again. He had the velvet joint?
Yeah, it was like, and I liked my tight end from Florida. Pitts. Kyle Pitts had it. I just liked he had the green. I was kind of clean, but
like he already knew where he was going. He had he matched it up like, yo, I know where I'm going. I'm not going too far. Yeah, no, I think Devontae kind of spun kind of like the Henry Ruggs type of the bathrobe thing that he had last year. They're college teammates, but Devontae he was like a suit with a tie in the middle too. Was it? He had like accessories I'm talking an aggressive lapel pin. I don't even know what you call a lapel pin, but it was aggressive. But I like this, and then skinny dudes can make anything really look like, okay. You know what I'm saying? If you it looks high fashion on skinny people, right? Like you put skinny dudes on a skinny person, it's high fashion, right? He's good. And he's working out. Okay. Yeah, so he's 160 pounds, so it's like, oh, okay, that looks good. Which they were pushing him on, by the way, by his weight. And he just had a confidence. I mean, it's all about confidence in what you wear. You can't look uncomfortable with what you're wearing. So, to me, it's easy gold medal, Devontae Smith. Oh, so I would go with Kwity Paye, man. Why is that? He had the Black Panther suit on, man. Okay, I saw that. But again, we go back to the man. That was fly. Listen, because it's like, I'll give you a correlation. I don't even know if that's the right word, but back to how you were rating Coming to America 2, and like how it was a family show and all the things that fit to it. I mean, he's of African descent, representing Wakanda. The suit was the actual suit. He had the damn little claws or teeth on it, and then it had a vibranium in the inside. Come on, man. It was like Eddie Murphy's dad's like, is that a mushroom belt? Let's coordinate. So he had to coordinate. Well, that was my best dress. I thought that suit was fly. I mean, also it was a dope story. You know, him and the struggle his mom and his two brothers did to make it. So it was good to see him get drafted by the Colts.
Shout out, Indy, Naptown.
What did you think about the house, the Rams, where they had their war room?
I guess I didn't see it. You gotta fill me in on that one.
So they did like a Malibu, like in the hills of somewhere, California, and I think they did it with a corporate sponsor that decked the house up for them. I want to say it was like Rocket Mortgage, but I'm not very sure. But they just kind of like pimped the whole pad out, put TVs up, chairs. They had a pool outside and just different amenities. And I think they did too much, and it just really didn't hit because I haven't heard any other feedback. You don't even remember seeing the house or having anybody make any comments of it. So they did the recap of the house before, and I just think it was overdoing it because it wasn't natural, it wasn't organic. Like, what's your coach from Arizona?
So they try to do the Cliff Kingsbury. They try to spin off that.
And I was like, yeah, you're trying. Like sometimes when it's effortless, it's just smooth. You know, they were trying too hard with that.
I mean, the thing is like war room. You can't be having like a spa. I mean, what's their draft grades? It's probably what we should be asking.
That's a great question. Like, where they grade out, right?
Fact.
What's one point that was kind of brought up, and we just posted on our social media today, yesterday, whatever. No HBCUs made the draft. Shout out to Coach Prime, coach. Pointing that out. And, I kind of feel that in time that will come, if Prime and now Eddie George and, others start to.
Get those. I think so. I think there's a lot of other variables and factors into why that may have been, the case. You didn't have an NFL combine. So in some ways, I'm sure the information was lacking in a lot of different areas, and no fault of HBCUs. It's probably any FCS football championship kind of division series. So as a former FCS player, if you're playing in the spring and the draft is also in the spring, like, how does that happen? Right. It's not like, and then ones like Trey Lance, who also came from a small school, he didn't even play. They had like some little
one game
showcase, and then he sat out and worked out. Right. So like
a live pro day.
Right. Exactly. So those guys are probably on kind of bubble guys anyway, except for the rare exceptions. So there's no information or no season that was in the fall. Then, it's kind of hard for those guys to get drafted. But hopefully that changes, like you said, with Coach Prime and Eddie George.
He had a press conference. I want to go back and watch. I just saw it, and I was like, I marked it to go back and kind of see what Eddie George is talking about. Wasn't he on Dance with the Stars, man?
I think so. Eddie George he's doing a lot, man.
He's doing a lot. Wasn't he? And he was on Broadway and played. Like, Eddie George has been doing a lot of stuff, man.
Took an interesting route to coaching, but hey, he's there now. So
he's there now. Maybe you could join the staff one day, man.
I'm not gonna hate too much. Keep my options open.
There you go. Anything you want to point out about your team, or just any kind of other spotlight of teams that that just kind of with the draft surprise you, or that you're looking to see how things work out for them?
Not necessarily with prospects, man, but I think it's always interesting how, like I was just saying, how they get their information. So I know there was a lot of hard work and a lot of late information, and that came in because, there's a part of evaluating players is seeing them in person. I mean, we can talk all day through screens, but you really get to feel a person. We kind of have face-to-face with them. And so with that being out for a lot of teams, I'm really interested to see, how do you figure out the person? Because it is an investment in a prospect when you draft anybody, and you're drafting more than just what he's doing on between the lines. You're also drafting, the human being and what he's like in your community, what he's like when football's not going on. Do you have to be worrying about him? Stuff like that. And not negative, just who you're drafting the whole person. You're drafting the person's family. You're drafting a business, right? So
the whole investment, right? Like
you're
acquiring. It's like you're acquiring a small business to come your pool of franchise, and how's it work with? No, man, that's a absolutely excellent point.
So I'm interested to see how that looks in 2 to 3 years, and how many of these guys are stay with their organizations, or they're on the move in their career. So that's interesting.
Yeah, on the move. I mean, Aaron Rodgers made a splash day one of the draft. So he was trying to make his relevancy and make his play. He's still sad about the 49ers thing since that didn't work out for him.
And anytime there's something like that, man, I always go back to the lady involved. I always do, man.
His wife or fiance, whatever.
Yeah, she's
actor.
Divergent or whatever that movie was. I don't know, but I think she wants to be in the West Coast. So
she's Hollywood. So she's like, listen, that's cool.
You saw Russell Wilson don't say nothing, and all of a sudden he like, ain't nobody blocking. I need to get up. Yeah,
go Hawks. Then he's like, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Hey, don't play around.
Hey,
if it ain't right at home, you see Bill Gates. He's like, oh, it ain't right, man. We gotta figure this out.
Hey, man. Yeah. So when the missus, that's something else. So that's what I look at anything.
Right.
Yep.
No, that's a good point. Well, you got anything else for the people, man?
No, sir, man.
Well, I think the best way to kind of wrap this up is just having the people be excited, because 2022, we know where the draft's going to be.
Yeah.
So, while it's exciting, it's definitely going to be a lot of work for us. People coming in, hosting, and just our different things that we're all involved with. So, but I'm excited for it. It's funny that those old pictures, they blew the dust off them before COVID, and they're already starting to post those pictures. But they'll see how things have changed, what they push forward, where we're at. But I'm definitely excited to have the draft come here, because it just, like I said, it highlights our city.
Yeah, hopefully at this, next point, April, it's been kind of hot here the last couple of days. So I hope we had a better place with masks, because there's going to be a lot of first aid needed if we walk around these turtlenecks on our face.
Breathing those masks, right?
It's hot air, yeah. So hopefully we're in a better place in the world at that point.
That's funny. Real talk. Well, that's all I have, man. Always good chopping up with you, bro, man. Good luck with your Cowboys. Oh, give me we'll do another preseason, kind of pick, but give me your standings for your Cowboys next year. What you thinking?
13-3 Super Bowl champions, like every year.
Every year.
I should say 14-3, because they got the extra week.
They got the extra week. They got the extra game now.
It don't even sound right. We going 14-3. Like,
that's
that week 17 sound weird, but
it's weak, is what it is.
Is what it is.
Well, Pittsburgh will be in the playoffs. We missed it last year.
Yeah. Does Big Ben still want to play?
Yeah, Big Ben wants to play, man. He's been working. Working now. He's not been working out, but he's going to hand the ball to Najee, and we're going to be good. So
yeah, good. Hand it off, and then you got throw the ball to light skin on the edge too.
And there you go. Right. There you go. Hey, well, thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please follow us anywhere we're at. We're on multiple social media platforms, YouTube as well. Please give us feedback on the show. Let us know what we missed. Get ready. We are going to be doing a live show soon, so we'll get you all of that information. But follow us. We're on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, everywhere. You Birdmaning it over there, man. You excited for
this? The live show.
You ready for the live show, huh? Yeah, you're going to be spitting hot fire. You know what I mean? I'm going to need you to calm down, man. I'll need you to go Durant on any of our guests, man. But please stay safe, practice gratitude, and know we're rooting for you.
Screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Look. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back.